Good morning, everyone. So I am in Fairfax, Virginia still, going through emotional intelligence certification program at OKA training, and had a great day yesterday. And this whole program is about emotional intelligence and really helping people get clear about how they show up, their self-awareness, self-expression, impulse control, being assertive, and how all those factors really impact our ability to communicate effectively, lead organizations, have interpersonal relationships. And so a couple things really got me thinking. For me personally, yesterday I realized, you know what? I've got to really work more on impulse control. And to say, even as a facilitator, I'm in a meeting and I'm managing or leading a team, is to say, you know what? Make sure I take even more time to make sure people have their thoughts and feelings heard. And so I'm going to tell you how it relates to something I read this morning. So I'm reading this new book, love it, okay, by Melody, and it's called The Language of Letting Go. And it was recommended to me by a friend. And there was this section I read yesterday that I wanted to share with you, and it says, we don't have to forfeit our truth or power to others. And she talks about how that's codependency. And then she says, when we stop trusting our truth, when we repress our instincts, we tell ourselves that there must be something wrong with us for feeling the way that we're feeling or believing what we're believing. We deal a deadly blow to ourself and our health. When we discount that important part of ourself that knows what is true, we cut ourselves off from our center. And I want you to think about that for a second, because I believe that a lot of times, I believe the work that we all got to do is expand our emotional vocabulary. I know for a long time in my life, I would always use, like, I'm angry, or I'm frustrated, or I'm happy, and it was very limited. And I think when you can get really clear about what is, and this goes back for that impulse control, slowing down long enough to sit in the discomfort before I open my mouth, to say, what is it I'm really feeling? If I had to broaden my vocabulary, is it I'm feeling hurt, I'm feeling like there's a lack of trust, I'm feeling confused, I'm feeling grateful, I'm feeling joyful. What is at the really core of what I'm feeling beyond the surface level stuff, and then to say I feel whatever that is, and then be able to talk about why you're feeling that way, and that's part of that emotional expression, and to be able to articulate that in an important way. Now, so not only is it important to stand on our truth and own our power, but sometimes from the people I coach, I feel like we sacrifice. Or we stand in our truth so much that we make people sacrifice their truth. And one lesson I learned from A Course in Miracles is that all perspectives are true, and they're at least true to the other person. And so often we just don't acknowledge the other person's experience or what their truth is. Our ego makes us believe that our truth is the right truth, and we get caught up in trying to defend our truth to other people and prove to why theirs is either right or wrong. And it doesn't have to be either. That you can have enough emotional expression and self-awareness and assertiveness to say, this is what I'm feeling, and this is why I'm feeling it, and just stand in it. And it doesn't mean that you're right or wrong. It's about you connecting to the best part of who you already are and getting to and connecting to the core, which is what she says in her book. And other people should be given the opportunity and the space to be able to do that as well. So I just want to give you some things to think about. Think about, do you today, when you're in meetings, are you really clear about your own self-awareness? Are you really clear, I'm going to go back to this, do you really clear about your truth and what you stand for? And do you have enough, can you own your power enough to share it in an appropriate way with other people? And when you share it, do you give people the space to own their truth with you as well? Or do you always find yourself either getting defensive, or do you find yourself trying to tell them why it's wrong? We can still have a discussion and have a difference of opinions. Doesn't mean we have to prove to people why their opinion or perspective is wrong, because at least in their crazy world, it's true. All right? So if that gives you something to think about, I hope if no one tells you today they believe in you, please know that I believe in you. So I'm looking forward to a great second day of training. Met some great people from across the country yesterday. And so I hope that you get to meet new people today. I hope today, I always say, I hope God show us our assignment today. So I hope you find your assignment in the people and the connections and learn the knowledge and insight that you need to learn to grow. So have an amazing day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.